Welcome to DIU Escape Room Reviews. I'm Dom.
I'm Phil.
That is Phil.
That I am.
And we review escape rooms.
Yes, we do.
Tonight, this show, we're gonna review Pursue the Clues in Torrington, Connecticut.
Yes.
They have 3 rooms. They have Mission is a Go, Lenny Tompkins Sold His Soul to Play the Blues, and The Gold Digger. And they're working on a Wild West room. Not on the website yet, so they haven't finished it yet. We did this room close to a year ago, April probably of 2018. Kind of catching up on some back ones that we were waiting on other people to join the review show, but just hasn't panned out. So the first room we did here was Lenny Tompkins Sold His Soul to Play the Blues. This room, at a very young age, all Lenny ever wanted to do was play the blues. After years of honing his skills, he dedicated to do the one thing that would give him a better sound than anyone. Lenny made a deal with a mysterious woman named Lucy, and that deal didn't do him much good. Find the contract, save Lenny's soul, and let him play the blues in peace. This room was, again, this is one of our, 10th, 11th rooms, well, maybe in the teens by now. This was a one-of-a-kind room. This room was built by the owner-operated. This place is one of the first places in Connecticut to start escape rooms. I found this room to be challenging, I think mainly because it was so early on when we started that I maybe would like to go back and check.
I wouldn't mind trying this room again.
Trying it again, right. Even if it's with the same people, just trying it again. Or maybe even going back and talking to them and maybe asking them to watch behind the scenes type thing. But this is totally built by the owner and I'm assuming friends of the owner. The intro video of the do's and don'ts, all filmed by these guys, which it's pretty funny. It was very funny. Kept asking for popcorn, never gave us popcorn. So you lost half a star for that. No, I'm just kidding. But ever since seeing that video, anytime we have to watch a video beforehand, I've been asking for popcorn.
No one ever has it.
And before, they have it after. Actually, no. Escapism does have popcorn once in a while beforehand, but there's no real video.
No video.
They just explain. Anyway, Wigwam gave it to us after. So, what you're trying to do is just, you're trying to find the contract, save the guy's soul from the devil, and you win.
I liked this room.
I did too. It was a really cool themed room. This is what I always expected escape rooms to be. You find stuff on the side of the road, you go through Let It Go, you go through Facebook Marketplace, you go to tag sales, you go to Craigslist, whatever, and you buy furniture, you buy instruments, you buy whatever it is, and you make that part of the puzzle, the code, or whatever. That's what you gotta unlock. This is what I always imagined most escape rooms would be. This one was like this. Also, this place in general is like he found a prime spot for escape room to put an escape room in, a prime building, I should say, to put an escape room in. I'm not talking about location. I'm not talking about. I mean, it's good location. It's right off the highway. But I'm just talking in general. The layout,
The physical
bones
layout.
of the building. Right. It looks like it was either an old dentist or doctor's office at one time. So you had a lot of the preformed rooms already, and you had to do certain stuff to manipulate whatever. But it worked out very well. The lobby is really cool. You get, if you beat the room under an hour, you get your name on a keychain, on a key, on a tag. It gets hung up. If you beat the room with top time, and you stay that way for 3 months, nobody beats your time, they make a donation to a charity in your name.
Very cool.
That's really cool. I always liked that. And we made the leaderboard once with the last room. We'll get into that after. We did this room. We did all 3 rooms with the same 4 people. It was you, me, Gary, and his brother Fred. We kind of dedicated that place to us 4 doing it because, well, we can't get Fred out that much. So, and I thought we worked very well together as a team, especially with it being Fred's first ever escape room experience. Gary's maybe 3rd, 4th room, something like that. Ours 12th, 11th, 13th, somewhere in there, maybe in the teens. So then by now we have 73 rooms under our belt. This room, I felt like it was pretty immersive. The stuff that you had to do, especially when you got towards the end, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool. We did not beat this room. Excuse me. We did not beat this room, but he explained the rest of the room to us, and it was great.
Yeah.
It was really good. A lot of thought went into this room. A lot of detail went into this room. There's puzzles in there that I've never seen anywhere else to this day. And this is early on in our escape room career, our escape room hobby career. We don't see that anywhere else. Was in this room. So he was very innovative with this room. Clues weren't really confusing, I don't think. Pretty straightforward.
It's a pretty
what you
straightforward
had to
room.
do. Of course, early on when you're first starting out, everything's confusing or it gets frustrating. But I don't really think there was anything frustrating either in this room. I think we worked very well together. We just went through what we had to do. Again, we didn't beat the room, but you can't win them all. All in all, I liked the room.
I did
enjoyed
too.
it.
I like it's very immersive, and everything that he decorated the rooms with really fit
The theme. Right.
Nothing really stood out as being out of character or out of time frame. Everything worked really well.
Right.
Puzzles I thought were pretty clever, and they were pretty. They once if we didn't understand it, once we did, they kind of made sense.
It made sense, right?
Yeah.
Right. Not everybody's gonna understand everything or whatever
Yeah.
it is, but it made sense. Recommend the room. It's like I said, it was very well done. Still going on now. There's really no. I don't know if this is private booking or if it's
Private booking.
It is private booking. Okay, so you book the team and that's it.
They recommend a minimum of 4 people.
Mhm.
If you don't have 4 people, they will try to find people for you.
Oh,
They said.
that's cool.
Yeah.
You were just reading on the website too that you could find little prizes in the rooms. Not guaranteed to be in there all the time, but he told us. He asked us if we found the coupon for an area restaurant, and we didn't find the coupon. But you could find coupons, I guess, T-shirts, whatever. It's on the website. You could read it.
T-shirts, stickers,
You know.
gift certificates.
It's pursuitofclues.com. You should check them out there. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's really about it. I mean, I like it. I think this is my favorite room here.
I agree with you.
And
I agree with you.
It's a different theme than a lot of the themes are, and I think it's well put together.
Right. So 1 to 5.
Give it a 3.5.
I'll agree with you. I'll go 3.5. Very well thought out room, very well done room. So 3.5. We'll move on to the second room now. Actually, this was the first room we wanted to do, but something broke, and we switched to Lenny. So mission is a go. Was the original room we booked. He called up, says, "Listen, one of the things isn't working right. Can I move you to a different room?" And I think it was like a 15-minute time difference. No problem. Appreciate the phone call. At least we didn't just show up and say, "Oh, can't do the room." Yep. So he remedied the situation. It was great. But here we go. Magpie, a notorious and ruthless art thief, has stolen a coveted and priceless piece of art history, Vincent van Gogh's cherished brush. This woman is a menace to society, and finally we've tracked her down. We're sending you into her last known safe house to recover the brush. Find the brush before Maggie has a chance to show you why no one is brave enough to call her their enemy. This room was totally designed by the owner of Pursuit of Clues. I can't remember his actual first name now, but every aspect of this room was designed by him. Two room game, and to me this room was very, very confusing. Some things were straightforward, but the bulk of the room was confusing. When you watch the video beforehand, and again he didn't have popcorn, but it says anything with green tape on it, you don't touch. Anything with green tape on it, you don't touch. Well, there were stuff in here that you had to touch, move, everything else that had green tape on it. So we didn't even know to move it.
And there were things that had nothing to do with it.
Right, that didn't have any green tape or anything that we thought were part of the room, and wasted a lot of time on that stuff without being told that has nothing to do with the room.
Wasted a lot of time, a lot of effort.
Yes.
Which goes back again to the game master too.
Exactly.
If they're watching you and listening to you the whole time like they're supposed to, and you do something that you're not supposed to do, it very easily could have sent some kind of signal
Message over the board
of, that has nothing to do with the game.
Right. So, in all reality, I'm not just at Pursuit of Clues, but all over. Make sure everything is properly marked. What's in play, what's out of play. Please. Because we wasted a substantial amount of time on that. A lot of the clues were pretty straightforward once you realized what you had to do, but there was one puzzle that it was very frustrating, very confusing. Again, it goes back to what was marked do not touch, that apparently you're supposed to touch and use, and we didn't because it had the tape on it. So needless to say, we didn't win this game. And then when the owner came through to show us the rest of the room, how it worked out, he couldn't even get the last clue to
it took him a number of tries
and number of minutes, an extra 5 or 10 minutes on to get everything set. And so that's another thing. Really think about what you're doing with your clues,
right,
and your puzzles.
I mean, it's one thing to have have a puzzle or a prop that when it works right, it's a really slick thing, it's a really slick idea, but it has to work.
It has to work
And
every
if
time.
the guy who created it is having trouble doing it, then that's just a fail.
Right. I mean, all in all, it was a pretty decent room, except for those little things. Well, they're actually big things.
Immersive wise, it was pretty spot on.
It was spot on, right. Looked like a safe house. You were in a house. It is what it
You're
is.
in a little museum area and a little
Well, it was a safe
back
house,
room.
so yeah. You're in a library in a back room.
library, yeah.
But again, make sure everything's marked. That what's in play, what isn't in play. If something is marked with your green tape or that you're not supposed to touch, express that. Okay, this isn't the part. This is the part you're not supposed to touch, but you can take the whole thing and move it.
And I think it's a great idea doing that.
Yes.
Marking things like that. A lot of places do it, and it keeps you on track. It keeps you from wasting time. Keeps you safe.
Yes, keeps you safe.
You know, I know some places don't like to do it because they feel it takes away from being immersive in the thing.
Right.
But as a player, you know, I'd rather they did it. You know, then I don't have to waste time.
Right.
You know.
Well, a lot of places are like, okay, so all red locks are out of play.
Yeah. That's what we use to reset the game, or
Or if it has a do not touch sticker on it,
yeah.
it's out of play. Stuff like that. But again, like I said, once we got into that was just very confusing and should have been thought out a little bit better. In my
And
eyes.
it's something that all of us worked on,
Right.
At one point or another.
Exactly.
And if you're truly watching and truly paying attention, then
It should have been thrown over the wire somehow.
Yeah.
That you don't touch that.
yeah,
Or you can move this.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. All in all, if you could fix those couple of things, maybe it is by now, and it's been almost a year. A pretty decent room. Again, we didn't win it, but found the brush after he showed us how to do it. Interesting puzzles. All in all, 1 to 5.
2.5.
I'm going to agree with it because all because of the confusion in the room. Stuff should have been clearly marked. I agree, 2.5. And that's it. We'll move on to number 3. Number 3 is Gold Digger. Gold Digger. 5 husbands dead. 5 life insurance policies cashed in, and not a single person convicted. Now that Gold Digger is moving on to number 6, it is about time someone got to the bottom of this mess before it's too late. You're going undercover as a cleaning crew. She requested a 1-hour service. Find me proof that Goldie is a money-hungry, murderous Jezebel, and maybe save a man's life in the process. This room, everything from the intro video inside to the end, I thought was very well done. Without trying to give spoilers away, because I can explain this whole room. This is, I think, what an escape room should be like. You had 1, 2, I believe it was a 3-room game. Yes, I believe it was a 3-room game. We had, again, this is probably our 13th or 15th, 16th room by this time. We didn't do them like right away with each other, in order, but we had, you started in one area, moved on, you thought that would have been the end of the room, but boom, something else. And this is the first room we beat. We did hit the leaderboard for the quarter. We were the first people to do it for that quarter. We didn't get a phone call or email or anything saying that We stayed, but so we this room I believe was a solid room from front to back. I mean, the clues were cool, puzzles were cool. This is the first time I saw, not first time, but one of the first times we saw actual magnetic locks used.
Some cool props in it.
Some cool props in it. We didn't even know we won. All of a sudden, we just heard the game master, "You won!" And it's like, no, really? Okay. We were just so immersed into the thing, trying to figure everything out. And we all looked at the clock, and it's like, oh, it stopped. You won! Oh, okay, we won. I think it was a solid escape room. I would recommend anybody to do this room. I recommend do all rooms, but I think this one was my second favorite. I mean, Lenny was a favorite, but this was because we won this, and we were on a losing streak too. This was like our first win in a while, and I really liked this room. I felt immersed in being. What I think would have made it better is if, I know it's a little pricey, this, that, the other thing, kind of like what we did in Florida. We had to wear the orange jumpsuits. We had to go wear cleaning suits or a jumpsuit of some sort to kind of immerse yourself a little bit more. You know, I think that would have been cool, but you just went in. You were a cleaning crew. So again, without trying to give spoilers away, I like this room a lot.
I agree.
So, 1 to 5.
3.
I agree with it.
Solid room.
Yes, very solid. Again, that's Gold Digger. That's Pursuit of Clues in Torrington, Connecticut. Check them out. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. DIU Escape Room Reviews. If there's a room you want us to do, or you're owners and you're watching this and you need beta testers or anything, or you just want us to come out and do your rooms, email us. Phil gets it right every time. So
DIU Escape Room Review, singular, at gmail.com.
Yep, you'll see it right above here. Thanks for watching. See you when I see you.
Peace out.